Yo, what's going on? It's your main man, Rick the Dawn, and we are talking about some Dope Thief. I don't know if you've heard of this show, but boy, do you owe it to yourself to check this one out. This episode is brought to you by, that's right, bashirts.com, and I'm your host, Rick the Dawn. Look, Dope Thief is a Apple TV exclusive, and it follows Raymond and Manny. These are two guys from Philadelphia, and they're pretty much down on their luck. They don't really have, enough money to make ends meet. So they get this bright idea to rob drug dealers because drug dealers can't go to the police to report their crimes and things of that nature. And for the most part, they are just robbing these younger drug dealers. And when they rob them, they dress up as DEA agents in order to really pull off the heist. And this is a great premise. Shout out to Apple TV for even thinking about something like this. And hopefully we don't get any copycats because this is not going to go as smoothly in real life as it does in the film, or rather the series. It's not a movie, it's a series. And it comes on every Friday. So I just want to quickly recap and, analyze episodes 1 through 3. And I'm not going to get every point because in those 3 episodes, a lot has happened. Oh my gosh. I want to start off with the obvious thing. If you've never watched or heard of Dope Thief, I get it. When I saw the little picture cover for the TV show, it was an easy pass for me. I almost pressed the little right button on my remote control, was going to easily just go past it. But it was my wife who said, hey, let's check this out. It was a Sunday. We wasn't doing nothing. We had just went to go eat. So I'm like, all right, Bill, let's just check it out and see what it's about. Man, when I tell you from the minute you press play, you will not be able to put this show down because it's so amazing. Like, oh my goodness, man. It's just one of the best TV shows, series I've seen in a very, very long time. So anyway, I'll try to give you a little information just in case you have not seen it. Manny and Raymond, they start robbing these drug dealers, and then at some point they bring in a third party because these jobs are pretty extensive. And it's kind of difficult to manage a whole house full of drug dealers with just 2 people with guns because drug dealers don't care. They'll probably, they'll risk their life for their possessions, if you will. So they bring on a third guy, and it turns out Raymond knew this guy from when he was in jail. But this guy is clearly off. He has some kind of drug issue. But this guy, this third wheel, he comes on, he says, look, you guys are going to get killed trying to rob these drug dealers from Philly. Eventually, you're going to, pretty much run out of luck. But I know some guys way, in the farm area, the rural area, that you can probably get more money from and pull off the heist more successfully. So Raymond and Manny, they say, hey, we're going to case this new place and just see if this is a good idea. So Raymond cases this new place in this rural area, and they kind of give each other the green light to go ahead and rob this farm. It turns out that this farm is into some big stuff. They're doing like this meth liquid. So long story short, they go in to rob this place, and lo and behold, these people are strapped and they're ready to go to war, basically. So Manny, the third wheel, and Raymond, they go in, they pretty much try to set it off. But one of the guys, the third wheel that I told you about, because he's a druggie, he makes the critical error in shooting one of the hostages. And once he shoots that hostage in the head, he gets shot, and then chaos ensues. Some of the fire from the meth kind of falls over on some of the other chemicals, and everything just goes into smoke. A gunfight ensues, and Raymond, the black guy, he finds this big suitcase full of money. It turns out it's about $500,000, $500,000 in a suitcase. And they pull off, and they think they pretty much pulled off the almost perfect heist. If it were not for the third wheel, the druggie, who pulled the trigger and killed one of the hostages, this would have been an easy heist. But he did that. Chaos ensued. The barn is on fire because it is a rural area, and they almost get away. To add insult to injury, Raymond, the black guy, he drops one of their walkie-talkies because they were like basically staying in communication during the heist. He drops one of the walkie-talkies on the grass at the barn in conjunction with the barn being on fire, with there being a couple people shot. Well, as they're driving away in their getaway car, the walkie-talkie that was with Manny, the Hispanic or Latino guy, he hears this crazy, rigidy gangster voice. Seemed like some kind of Italian or European guy. He's like, yo, and I don't know how to imitate his voice, but he's like, if you want this to end nicely, bring the money back. He kind of remind me of Jay Prince, like, but the white version. But they kind of have to make some business decisions. They do not bring the money back. And that voice is like, okay, so you guys want to play games, huh? Okay. All right, well, I'm going to kill everybody that you know. So that's kind of what happens. That's what sets everything off. So this whole series is about Manny and Raymond trying to get away from this guy who they don't even know what he looked like by this point, because I'm only on episode 3. In fact, the entire series is on episode 3. This Friday, episode 4 come out, and I'm gonna just go ahead and hit that one up. But it's been crazy because this guy, he apparently is connected with the Hells Angels, and he is sending these guys to kill and murder everything that Raymond and Manny touch. And it's very difficult to watch because Raymond and Manny are trying to keep this thing a secret because they got this boatload of cash, $500,000 that they're not telling anybody about. But at the same time, they have to try to keep their family safe because they have loved ones that's close to them that they don't want to get hurt. Because this guy on this walkie-talkie or this phone, this European Italian guy, he is basically threatening everybody. Raymond has his foster mother who he's trying to protect, so he's sending her on dummy missions like, hey, go to Las Vegas and gamble. I don't want you to, and he can't really tell her that it's because he thinks that this mystery guy is going to eventually have guys come to that house, because over time that mystery guy communicates to Raymond that he knows where he lives. And when it comes to Manny, it's Manny's kids and his wife, so he sends his kids and his wife to go and stay with the wife's mother or the fiance's mother, because they're not married. So it's just crazy how this all unfolds. And then in the last episode, episode 3, it gets crazy. I mean, Manny goes to the pawn shop to buy a ring, and he's like buying weapons and stuff like that. And the mystery guy, I guess he gets some kind of clue that Manny goes there. So that guy sends some Hell's Angels to that pawn shop to ask the owner, like, hey, so we know that you know Raymond and Manny. Where are they at right now? And, true to Philadelphia culture, the black guy doesn't snitch. But boy, does he get his head cut off. I mean, it's just crazy. It's a lot going on. And we got to talk about the finale. Well, it's not the finale, but I would say the most exciting part of episode 3. So basically, this mystery guy is chasing Raymond and Manny all over the place and blowing up and killing everybody on the way to it to try to get them and get the money back. And this mystery guy goes as far as to threaten and have Raymond's, the black guy, and have his father stabbed because his father's in prison. Played by Ving Rhames. What's his name? Ving Rhames. I feel like I'm saying it wrong. Ving Rhames. I forgot his name. You know what I'm talking about. Ving Rhames. I forgot his name. The father from Baby Boy. You know exactly who I'm talking about. Ving Rhames. Anyway, he's in jail and he gets stabbed because, again, this mystery guy is trying to get his money back. So what happens is Raymond. Oh, wait, that's the crazy part. So Raymond's mother, foster mother, she's in love with his father. So he sends her out to go gamble at Vegas to get out of the house so that she doesn't get caught up and get killed. But she kind of is like, look, why are you got me doing all this weird stuff? So she comes back to the house. It's like, I'm not going anywhere. This is my house. I ain't going nowhere. And I want to go see your father too. And the whole time, Raymond is trying to keep the secret. But eventually he has to tell her, like, hey, I robbed a big drug dealer. And that is why I have you running around. And she basically just kind of smacks him like, you big idiot. Why would you do that? But she is insisting on seeing Raymond's father because his father got stabbed via a threat from the mystery guy. So they go to the jail, and the mystery guy sends Hell's Angels to the jail. Like, oh, we got him. We know where he's at, and he fell for the bait. We had his father stabbed, and he wants to go see his father. So, we're gonna pretty much have everybody line up. The Hell's Angels line up outside the jail, and when he leaves out, we're gonna take care of him. So Raymond goes with his foster mother to see his father, and just like we expect, the Hell's Angels are pretty much all lined up and ready to basically kill him, right? So he comes out, and before you know it, the police storm the Hell's Angels and lock them all up because some lady off camera calls the police and say, hey, there's a lot of Hell's Angels gang members all around the the city, and I think it's gonna be trouble. So when they see the Hell's Angels, I'm talking about the police crowding around the police station, or rather the jail cell, the jail building, they basically arrest everybody, and that allows Raymond to go sky free. All right, so it's just been so engaging, man. It's such an engaging series, and episode 3 ends with him finding the head of the pawn shop owner, which I guess the show kind of makes you feel like they've known each other for a while, since kids or whatever. So we kind of want to know what happens next. We also want to know what's going to happen with Manny and Raymond as they continue to run, because by this point they survived and kind of like got by the hairs on their head. Like I said, they had Raymond covered and cornered at the police station, but somehow, because somebody called the police, they got free. So it's just been just crazy watching them get away from this mystery guy, knowing that at any moment these people can get caught. But that is the recap of basically episodes 1 through 3, and it's a lot of stuff in between, so you should still watch it. Like at one point, Raymond is getting chased by one of the Hell's Angels, and the way that they have him die is crazy. Now, I didn't say this, but I should have said it. The person who is the director or something to that effect over this of this series, is Ridley Scott, the director of Aliens. So when I say some of the scenes are extremely graphic, they are not only graphic, but they're a work of art, because the freaking director from Aliens is on this series. Man, I can't tell you how amazing this series is. Amazing writing, amazing dialogue, great characters, great character development. I mean, every person in this series is just knocking it out the park. And, I don't really mess around with TV shows like that, but this is a good one, okay? And I don't have Apple TV, so I had to kind of find a way around it. I had to go to Google and just type in Dope Thief Watch Free or something like that, and just start clicking on links to see which one actually worked. That's the only way I was able to watch it, because I'm like, man, there's no way I'm about to pay for Apple TV. All right, that's it. But if you have seen Dope Thief, you got to let me know what you think, because a lot of people don't know about it. I'm not hearing nobody talk about it. That's why I was like, I know I'm going to just go ahead and be the first one, because I don't hear nobody talking about it. But it's dope. You got to check it out. All right, but anyway, enjoy yourself. Peace.